So, Mr. Matthew,
Yes,
tell
sir.
me, yeah, Mr. Matthew, tell me a little bit about what you do. I mean, I think I have a general idea, but maybe I don't.
Yeah. I lead a sales team at Qualtrics, and Qualtrics is an experience management company. Really actually defining that space, which has been kind of fun. But there are four pieces of it, right? So you have customer experience, employee experience, brand experience, and product experience. And there's software that Qualtrics has developed that kind of sits underneath all of that. My team specifically goes out and sells the brand and product side of those experiences
So, is that like for companies online?
on the line.
Online.
Exactly. Yes. Yep. But honestly, the cool thing is like it's set up. You can do it kind of whether you're, primarily like a physical location,
Mhm.
whether you provide services, whether you provide a specific product. We work with a wide variety of different companies, which is pretty fun. So the use case shifts and molds a little bit depending on the need of our customers.
Okay. So, are you doing ads online or and everywhere, or is it mainly other types of sales?
So it's, as far as like how my team finds customers and stuff like that.
Or what you do for your customers?
Yeah. So for the customers, what we'll do is we actually will run. Basically, it's just research, right? So we're taking really sophisticated research and we're simplifying it. We're helping them determine how should they run their advertisements out on the web. How is their brand perceived? Do people think highly of it? How do they stack up against their competitors? If they're rolling out a new product, what features are important to their customers that they're going to be selling it to? We help them do all that research so that they can then take action on the data they have and make decisions that will positively impact their business.
That's cool. What do you like most about that?
So it's twofold, right? One is since I get to lead a team, I spend the majority of my time helping the individual reps on my team develop, grow, master their craft, kind of do that stuff, right? So my success is tied directly to their success.
Yeah.
So it's really fun because I just get to build people. Like that's kind of what I try to do. I'm sure some of my team members would say I'm okay at it. Some of them would say I need some help, but I'm
Yeah.
trying, and that's kind of what I like to do. That's a lot of fun for me. So that's like my direct role. However, my team, what they're selling, we literally get to see the positive outcomes of that with businesses, right? Because we run a project, get data for them, and then they're able to take very specific action based on that data to determine the future of their business. And to see their excitement with the information that's coming in and the direction that we're giving them is second to none. It's pretty awesome.
No, that is awesome. And when you think about, from the leader standpoint, right? Both as a leader, seeing somebody grow and develop is amazing. But even from the other side of it, being the employee, you obviously want a leader that's invested in you to develop and to grow and to go on to other things, right? So,
Yep.
um,
Yeah.
it is important to have bosses like that, right? That are not just
Yep.
about the business, but they're also about your personal growth and development. So,
Yeah,
um,
absolutely.
you know, speaking of you being a leader and having a team and whatnot, we're definitely in an interesting time, right? And I think a lot of us
Yes.
are just grateful that we have jobs.
Yeah,
Um,
100%. Yep.
and I think probably during this time we've reevaluated, like, okay, I do depend on this job. I want to provide a good work product so that they keep
hmm
me around. I've asked myself that question too, right? What can I do to make sure that my employer wants to keep me? So
Yes.
from the boss standpoint, right? What are some of the things or the characteristics that you like to see employees have that make them successful?
Yeah, great question. So I think there are probably, there are a lot of answers to that, right? That kind of key characteristics or behaviors that I really like to see in my team. I think one of the things where I see members of my team succeed consistently and most quickly is something that I like to call customer-facing confidence, right? So basically what that is it's when you are comfortable and confident with your product, what it does, how it helps your customers, stuff like that, and then you go to talk to them, it puts you in a position to where you can be very direct, very forward, not in an aggressive way, but you just know that what you're selling will actually help them. And so the conversation is very different. There are none of the, I believe this might help, or I think you might be able to get this kind of insight from it, or perhaps this will come out of it. It's like, here's what I'm going to deliver. This is what you'll be able to do with it and how you'll then grow your business. It's an interesting skill set, and not, in fact, I would say very few sales reps start with that.
Yeah.
But the truly successful, they develop that and they have that confidence. And it goes in product knowledge, but it also is tied to a belief in yourself, right? So I can join a call and very quickly I can find out whether or not the person I'm talking to, whether it's somebody on my team or if somebody's calling me and selling me something, I can tell very quickly whether or not they believe in themselves because of how often they say or they pause at awkward moments, or I'll ask them a question and they're like, wow, I don't, woof, stuff like that. And it's like, if you want to convince me that what you're offering is really going to help me, then I need to know that you believe in it as well and that you believe in your ability to deliver. So that customer facing confidence is probably the top thing that I look for and try to develop in my team.
That's awesome. And I really like that, the customer facing confidence. I'm going to have to remember that, CFC, if you will.
There you go. There you go.
I think it's a great point, right? I mean, because when you're new to a role or new to an organization, faking it till you make it works for a time, but really to be successful, you have to really understand your role and how you play a part in the overall organization's success. And the only way to do that is to really get down and dirty and really do your research, your homework, and get the practice of doing it, right? So I really like
absolutely.
that. I like that. Okay, so we talked a little bit about work, but there's more to Matthew Daybell than just work. What other than, being a family man and all that kind of stuff, outside of work, what do you like to do?
Yeah, and honestly, this year that has probably changed a fair amount, right?
With
everything going on with COVID and such. Right now, if I'm not working, there's a high probability you can find me out in the yard with my kids. They're driving their Power Wheels around, or we're jumping on the trampoline, or doing something like that. Drawing on the driveway, some different things. That's where I'm most commonly at if I'm not working. Outside of this time frame, I just love to be outside, right? Like I really do. It's any chance I get to go boating, go for hikes, like love doing that, getting out and about, but all of that stuff is all tied to being with people that I care about, family, friends. Like that's what makes those things enjoyable. Yeah,
that's awesome. And you live in a great place to be able to be outside year round. You got winter and the snow, but you also have summer and pretty close access to pretty much anything you want to do. So that's tough to beat.
Yeah, no complaints. No complaints.
That's awesome. Last question.
Yeah.
We're going to call it make or break because the response to this question is either going to make it for those watching it or it's going to break it for those watching.
No pressure. Okay.
Favorite TV or movie character of all time?
Ooh, all right.
I feel like I know how you might answer, but I'm going to let you go and I'll see if I was right or not.
So there's if I think movie,
okay,
I'm gonna go Superman, and you can see that there. Okay. Gift from my father. First year I went to state track, and so there's a special place in my heart for him. However, I'm gonna go TV character. And it's also gonna tie back to my youth a little bit. I'm gonna go with the original MacGyver.
Oh, okay. I thought I was right. I was wrong.
Who are you thinking?
Jack Bauer.
Oh, so I thought about that one. I literally did love 24. Big fan of 24. Even as named my dog after Jack Bauer and called him Bauer. Absolutely loved it. Little rough around the edges for me to determine that he is my favorite.
I got you.
But he definitely is top three. Big fan.
Well,
big fan.
But
MacGyver. Yep, literally could take any situation, figure out a way to make it better, and everything he did, like he was the go-to guy for tough stuff. You put him in there, he will find a path to it. But his whole mentality was all based around saving and caring for the people that he loved, and stuff like that. So,
it's tough to beat that rationale.
There you go. That's what I'm going with.
That's awesome. Well, hey, I appreciate you joining today.
My pleasure.
It's now time for our Whoa Science Experiment. The reason we get the reaction between Diet Coke and Mentos is that the Mentos have a number of little ridges and grooves on top of the surface of the candy. When the Mentos is dropped into the Diet Coke, it reacts with the carbon dioxide within the Diet Coke, causing a chemical reaction. All right, so we now know why we get the reaction that we do. Why don't we experiment with it? And why don't we take it a little bit further with the help of this geyser experiment? It comes with 3 different caps. We've got turbo cap, triple cap, and gusher cap. We're going to see which one gets the best reaction. I'm going with turbo cap. What do you think? Let's take a look. This is Diet Coke and Mentos with the gusher cap. This is Diet Coke and Mentos with the triple cap. This is Diet Coke and Mentos with the turbo cap. Wanted to share with you something you may not have seen on the video, and that's this. So to sum it up, the Diet Coke and Mentos challenge can get a little bit messy. So make sure you have something ready to clean up just in case. In our instance, it's the pool. I want to thank you for watching this week's episode. Thank you to Matt for coming on and chatting. And I guess we will see you next week.